This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Thermostat Replacement. Open the door and pull the hood release lever located on the driver's side kick panel. Slide the hood safety latch to the left, then raise the hood upwards. Disconnecting the negative battery cable. Loosen the negative cable clamp nut, then disconnect the cable from the negative terminal of the battery and secure it out of the way to prevent accidental reconnection. Cooling system draining. With the engine completely cool, remove the expansion tank cap. Move a large container under the radiator drain to catch the coolant. Attach a hose to the drain fitting spout, if available, to direct the coolant into the container. Open the drain fitting with a screwdriver. Allow time for the coolant to drain completely. While the coolant is draining, check the condition of the radiator hoses, heater hoses, and clamps. Replace any damaged clamps or hoses. Once the system has drained completely, close the valve and remove the hose. Unclip the coolant hose from the air intake ducting, then disconnect the intake air temperature sensor electrical connector. Loosen the top hose clamps at the air filter housing and the right-hand turbo intake duct. Loosen the Y duct lower hose clamp, connecting it to the left-hand turbo intake duct. Disconnect the air inlet Y duct from the mating tubes and remove the duct. Loosen the hose clamp at the turbo intake tube. Detach the turbo inlet tube from the grommet, then disconnect it from the right-hand turbo and remove the tube. Cover the drive belts with kitchen plastic wrap. If coolant gets on the belts, it can damage them. Loosen and remove the thermostat housing cover bolts. Take caution as coolant will start to leak out. Position aside the thermostat housing cover, then remove the thermostat and O-ring. Using a rag saturated in brake cleaner, clean out the inside of the thermostat housing from all remaining debris. Also clean the cover mating surface. Install the thermostat, spring end first. Make sure the air relief valve or jiggle pin is in the 12 o'clock position. Install a new O-ring into the housing directly in front of the thermostat. Pre-lubricate it first with a film of coolant. Install the housing cover and thread in the bolts. Tighten the thermostat cover mounting bolts to the specified torque setting. Remove the protective plastic. Install the right-hand turbo intake tube, connecting it onto the turbo, then pushing the stud on the tube into the mounting grommet. Also attach the coolant hose into the clip on top. Tighten the intake tube to turbo hose clamp securely. Install and connect the Y duct to the necessary tubes. Tighten the Y duct upper hose clamps securely. Tighten the Y duct lower hose clamp securely, then connect the intake air temperature sensor electrical connector. Reconnecting the negative battery cable. Connect the cable to the negative terminal of the battery, then tighten the cable clamp nut securely. Cooling system refilling. Close and tighten the radiator drain fitting. Slowly add the correct type of new coolant to the coolant expansion tank until the level is at the max mark. Install the expansion tank cap. Start and run the engine in a well-ventilated area for about a minute, then increase the engine to 3,500 RPM for 30 seconds. Turn the engine off and let it cool for 1 minute. With the engine still sufficiently cold, slowly open the expansion tank cap and top up the expansion tank with coolant until the level is slightly above the min mark. Install the expansion tank cap. Start and run the engine again until it reaches normal operating temperature. The thermostat will open and the upper radiator hose will become hot. Rev the engine up to 3,500 RPM for 30 seconds, then bring the engine to idle for 30 seconds. Turn the engine off and let it cool completely. Remove the cap and add more coolant mixture to bring the level slightly above the min mark with the engine cool. Squeeze the upper radiator hose to expel air, then add more coolant mixture if necessary. Install the expansion tank cap. Start the engine, allow it to reach normal operating temperature, and check for leaks. Also, set the heater and blower controls to the maximum setting and check to see that the heater output from the air duct is warm. This is a good indication that all air has been purged from the cooling system.